everyone, so today's video is going to be my March wrap-up. Now I need to film this very fast because I need to go to physical therapy in about an hour. So yeah, I'm gonna film this as fast as I can. I'm sorry if it's a bit like chaotic because of that. But yeah, I hope that you still enjoy this video despite how chaotic it may be. So yeah, let's just get into all of the books that I read in March. Now March was actually a very good reading month for me. I managed to read 20 books and mangas. The majority of them were mangas, so don't think I read like 20 books in the span of like 31 days. I didn't. Most of them were mangas, and most of them were actually volumes from this manga, which I'm gonna try and pronounce the name, but I'm probably gonna butcher it. But it's called Teasing Master Takagi-san. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but yeah, I read 12 volumes of this manga in March. Yes, I read 12 of them. Don't ask me how that happened. I read the first volume of this actually a couple years ago, and I didn't enjoy it that much, so I didn't continue with it. But in March, I decided to continue with it, and I really enjoyed it. I gave pretty much all of them like 3.5 stars or something like that. I think I will enjoy them more once I know for sure that they are gonna get together, which I know that like because of the way that another manga is set up, you know that they get together, but I just want to know for sure, you know, like I want to see them get together. And I think once I actually see them get together, I will enjoy these previous volumes a lot more, and I'll probably reread them and probably rate them higher than I do now. So yeah, I really enjoyed these. They're very like fast reads, and yeah, like I already said, I really enjoyed them. I'm gonna move on from them now because like I said, I need to film this as fast as I can. So yeah, then the next thing that I read in March was actually a physical book, which look at me reading physical books from my physical TBR. In March I actually managed to read 4 of them, so yeah, that's very good. I haven't been that good with them since March, but I'm trying to change that in May because I'm filming this in May because I'm really behind in filming these wrap-ups. But yeah, I am proud of myself for reading more of my physical TBR, and this book is one of them. This is the book, This Is How You Lose the Time War. Now, a lot of people love this book, a lot of people also don't love this book, and I feel like I am in the middle. Like I like it and I like the writing, but I'm very confused, and this is coming from someone who read the entire book. Like I'm still confused and I read it. So yeah, I do want to reread it in the future now that I kind of know what happens at the end, so that I know better like what's happening, which a lot of people actually told me that once you reread it, it kind of becomes better because you know what happens now and you're not like as confused. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reread this in the future. It's only like, I don't know how many pages it has, but not many. So yeah, it won't be that difficult to reread, and I will probably do it in the future. I cannot remember how many stars I gave this because I didn't write it down. So yeah, just look at my Goodreads, I guess, if you want to know how many stars I gave this. So yeah, let's move on to the next book. Then next I read a manga that I got an arc from NetGalley, and that is Yuki the Bookshop Go. I probably pronounced that wrong, like with the other title, but again, I need to film this very fast, so I can't really like focus on pronouncing things properly, so I'm really sorry if that bothers anyone. But yeah, I got this as an arc from NetGalley, and I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting that, because the last manga that I got from NetGalley, that was actually from the same company as well, I really didn't like that manga. I hated it. I gave it like 1 star, and I did really enjoy this one. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, but yeah, I actually really want like a physical volume of this, just because I liked it that much. I didn't love it, like there were some scenes I didn't fully love, but it was better than I expected. And one of the things I really liked about it was that there wasn't really like a villain in it, which I remember that one scene was happening and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna make this like, you know, a villain character. I don't like that. I don't like the way they're setting this up. And then the guy ended up being completely fine. Like he was very overwhelmed, but he wasn't like aggressive in the way that I thought he was gonna be aggressive. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I liked it a lot. It's a like standalone volume, so it's just like one volume, but it could have like a second volume in the future, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this. It was very wholesome, and it had like a little bit of like spicy scenes, but not too much. Like the wholesomeness was definitely like the main character in this book, I guess, besides the actual main character. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this book. I want a physical copy of it, and yeah, I guess I recommend it. I don't think you'll find it very easily just because it just came out, I think. But yeah, let's just move on. Then next I read All Boys Are in Blue. Now I got this book because I really like the cover, but I also heard very good things about it, and as you can tell from the amount of tabs in it that I kind of like coordinated with the cover, I really like this book. It has a lot of good quotes in it, and again, I tabbed all of them with, and again, like I already said, I coordinated them with the cover, actually kind of on accident because I just ran out of like blue tabs, and I was like, might as well use pink because of the cover. So yeah, it ended up working out, but like I said, I really enjoyed this book. It's a memoir, so it's all about, the author's life and, what he has been through and stuff like that. So I can't really give you a synopsis because it's just the author's life, but I really enjoyed it. He's a really good writer. I really like the way he wrote about certain things. Like, it was a very fast read because of that, and a very enjoyable one as well. Like I said, I gave it 4.5 stars. The only reason that I didn't give it 5 stars was because of personal reasons. Like, he mentions university quite a lot in this book, and I don't really like it when people mention stuff like that because I had to like drop out of university because of my health issues. And so university is a very sore subject for me. So it's obviously not the author's fault. Like, it's just me not enjoying reading those portions because it makes me very upset. So it has nothing to do with the way the book's written or what the author says. It's just the way that I read it. So yeah, it's just because of personal reasons that I don't give it 5 stars. But if I didn't have like issues with people bringing up university, I would have given it 5 stars. So yeah, I highly recommend this book, especially if you like memoirs, and especially if you like memoirs that read very fast but are still very good and have good quotes in it. So yeah, I recommend it. Then next I read Don't Call Me Dirty. Now, I didn't enjoy this book as much as the other mangas that I read in March. It felt very rushed to me, especially the ending. Like, it felt like they were rushing through it because they had to fit everything in like one volume, which I know this has like a sequel, but I haven't read that one yet, partially because people said it was very sad, and I didn't feel in the mood to read a sad manga at the time, so I haven't read it. But yeah, this felt very rushed to me, so I didn't fully enjoy it. I think I gave it like 2.5 or 3 stars. But yeah, I wish it was longer so that they didn't have to like rush through the ending. But yeah, let's just move on to the next thing that I read. So next I read The Cat Proposed. Now, this is a manga that I've been wanting to read for quite a while, and it didn't really live up to my expectations. I think my expectations were just a little bit too high, but it was still very good. Like, it talked about some very dark subjects, but it still had a lot of like hopefulness to it, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the way that they talked about it, but other than that, it didn't really like grasp me. It didn't really like connect to me in the way that I thought it would, especially given like the subject of it, like it being very dark. And so I thought I would really feel for the characters, but I didn't fully do that. Like, that didn't really happen, so that made me a bit sad, but I did still enjoy it. I gave it 3 stars. I probably won't be buying it physically, which I wanted to do that before I read it, but now that I've read it, I don't think it's worth it. So yeah, let's move on to the next manga that I read, because like I said, I read a lot of manga in this month. So yeah, let's move on to the next manga that I read, which was Sasaki Miano Volume 4, which again, probably mispronounced that, but I don't have time to learn how to pronounce it right now because I need to film this very fast. So yeah, I read Volume 4 of this. I read the other 3 volumes before March, obviously. And yeah, I still quite like this. I don't like it as much as other people like it, which I've already mentioned that before when I talked about the other volumes. But yeah, I don't like it as much as other people seem to like it, but the art is quite pretty and the covers especially are very pretty, which I kind of just want to buy the volumes just for the covers, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I gave this 3 stars as well. I think there was some like development in their relationship, which I really like, because usually it takes much longer than that. Like it doesn't take 4 volumes, it takes like 14. So yeah, I like that the development is coming quite quickly, but still at a like realistic pace, I feel like. So yeah, let's move on to the last 2 books that I read in March, which I'm gonna talk about them kind of together, kind of not, because they are a series, or better said like a duology, because there's only 2 books. But yeah, let's get into me talking about those, because I'm starting to get a lot of pain, and again, I need to film this fast, so yeah, let's just try and wrap this up. So the books that I'm talking about are These Witches Don't Burn and This Coven Won't Break. Now, like I already said, I'm not going to talk about them for very long because I don't feel well and I need to wrap up this video. But yeah, these are both very fast reads. I read them very fast, way faster than I normally read books. I don't know why, but yeah, they read very fast. I didn't love both of them. I gave this one 3 stars, I'm pretty sure, and this one like 3.5 stars. So I enjoyed the second book just a little bit more than the first book, and that is because there were some emotional elements in the first book, but I didn't cry at any of them, which is quite strange considering I'm quite an emotional person, and so for me to not cry at an emotional thing that happens is very strange. But with this book I did cry. It wasn't really at something that was supposed to be fully emotional. I think it was supposed to be sad, but not like emotional, which, yeah, I did cry at a certain scene in this, but not at the scenes that were supposed to be sad, I think. But yeah, like I said, these are very fast reads. They have a lot of like diversity and representation. And this book, the second book, actually had a character who used a cane to walk, like me. And I was really surprised by that and really scared by it as well. I actually put this book down for like 2 days when I found out that this had a character that used a cane to walk. Like I thought, you know, how are they gonna show this? Are they gonna show the cane as like a very bad thing? Like I was very nervous for it. It ended up being fine. Like I wish the cane was talked about more, because I feel like in certain scenes the character who uses the cane was in the scene, but the cane was not mentioned. Like, it would mention the character walking, but it wouldn't mention the cane, and I was like, that's a bit weird. Like, are they not using the cane at this moment, or are they using it and the author's just not mentioning it? Like, I feel like I would have liked it if this book actually talked about the cane just a little bit more to show that it was a good thing and it was something that was helping the character. I'm not spoiling who it is, but yeah, I wish that they talked about the cane more. But other than that, these are very fast reads with a lot of diversity and representation. So I do recommend them, but I didn't like love them. Like I said, I give this one 3 stars and this 3.5 stars. So yeah, I didn't love them, but they were quite good and they were quite fast reads. So yeah, let's now put these down because I want to wrap up this video and my arms hurt. So yeah, so those were all of the books and mangas that I read in March. Like I said, it was quite a productive month. I don't know why I managed to read so much, but I guess I was just feeling like reading a lot. April was a lot different than that, but yeah, I'm gonna try and like recreate March like now in May and see if I can read a lot, especially in terms of like physical books, because I've been struggling a lot reading physical books. Mainly because of my pain, but also because it doesn't really hold my attention. So yeah, I'm gonna try and read more physical books in May. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I need to stop filming now because I'm in an incredible amount of pain. But I am still proud of myself for being able to film 2 videos today. The other one was my February wrap-up, in case you didn't notice, based on like the fact that my outfit is a bit similar. The only thing that changed is this. But yeah, I hope that you still enjoyed this video despite how fast I filmed it, and I hope that you enjoyed hearing my opinions on some of these books, and I hope that maybe you got some like recommendations for books or mangas to read. But yeah, I am gonna end this video here, so thank you for watching and bye.